Hello everybody, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another video. This is my match preview for the Manchester City versus Tottenham Hotspurs game. A big game for City and a big game for both Pep Guardiola and Jose Mourinho. If City win this game, it will be our 11th win in the Premier League and it'll be our 16th in all competitions. Obviously, right now, Manchester City are currently 5 points above Man United and 10 points above Liverpool. The league is still pretty tight for me, and listen, both United and Liverpool can easily catch up, so we will have to look out for that. Looking at Spurs, they've been poor defensively recently. Majority of the last 5 defeats they've played without Harry Kane, but Kane will obviously be fit for this game. The last 5 games were a 3-1 loss versus Liverpool, a 1-0 loss versus Brighton, a game Spurs should really be winning. It's unacceptable for a team like Spurs losing against Brighton, a 1-0 loss versus Chelsea, a game where they gave away a penalty and they also struggled going forward after that. A 2-0 win versus West Brom, a game where Harry Kane returned and they won. And a 5-4 loss versus Everton. Spurs gave a very cheap penalty away. They also were defensively poor, and conceding 5 goals with majority of your first team isn't really a good sign, especially coming to a game like this. Now, obviously, we know this game will be attack versus defense. A very nervy game to watch, as I believe it will be very tight. But let's look at Pep's press conference. The counter-attack can be controlled when you play with simplicity. Counter-attacks are controlled by 11 players, not just 1 or 2. The quality of Bergwijn, Lucas, Ndombele, Kane, Son, they have strong points. Set pieces is another one. We saw against Everton how strong they are with set pieces. They have quality in these situations. That's why it's Tottenham. They are always fighting for Premier League and Champions League positions. So obviously a lot of the stuff Pep Guardiola has said is true. Counter-attack can be controlled when you play simplistically. We as a team, we do struggle being counter-attack, but obviously recently fixing our defence. I don't think we've really conceded many from counters over recent times, but obviously Spurs, that is what they do. They are a counter-attacking side, and they also do defend very deep as well, so we will have to look out for that. And obviously set pieces, they do score a lot of goals from set pieces. I think their centre-back scored from a header twice against Everton, so they are really good at set pieces, so we will have to defend very well against them. Obviously last season at the Etihad, I think Lucas Moura scored from a header as well, so we will have to be cautious about that. But I think recently we've not really conceded many from headers and such, but we still will have to defend very well during those situations so we don't give away a cheap goal, so we will have to look out for that. But let's look at the injuries and doubt. Now obviously for Manchester City, Nathan Ake and Kevin De Bruyne will be out. Now this is a new one. According to Pep Guardiola, Fernandinho will not make it for this game. So from our last game against Swansea, I heard that Fernandinho missed that game due to a minor injury. And I'm guessing he's not recovered well for this game, so he will be out for this game. And for Tottenham Hotspurs, Serge Aurier, Serge Reguilon and Giovanni Lo Celso will be out. 3 key players for Tottenham Hotspurs, and they won't be able to make it for this game. So let's look at my predicted lineup for this game. In net, obviously, Ederson is going to be at the back. Now, the back 4, I think, will be Joao Cancelo on the right, Zinchenko on the left, and the middle will be Stones and Diaz. I think Pep's going to have this back line. It's been our best back line so far, and why change it? Because it's working very well now. I really don't want to see Cancelo on the left and Walker on the right. I think Walker playing a full 90 minutes versus Swansea City shows that he won't be playing in this game. I think Cancelo will stay on the right and Zinchenko will be staying in his position as well. Now Diaz is fit for this game. Pep Guardiola did say that Diaz has been training with the team, so he will be playing in this game. So that is my back line. Now, in midfield, I think Rodri will obviously be playing this game. He has been training with the first team as well. It did look like he came off with an injury against Swansea, but I think he'll be fine for this game. And alongside him will be Ilkay Gundogan and Bernardo Silva, two players who have done really well for us. Ilkay Gundogan, player of the month for January as well. He has been superb for our team as well recently, so that will be my midfield three. Now, going forward, up front, I think Foden's going to play. I think Foden has to play. He has a decent record against the top six this season. And Sterling, I think Sterling will be playing in this game as well, with Gabriel Jesus up front. Mahrez did have a good game against Swansea. He also had a good game against Liverpool. But I think Sterling and Foden will start ahead of him for this one, and I think Jesus will play. I don't really see us using the false nine system. The false nine system doesn't really work against a team like Spurs, who are going to park the bus, who are going to defend deep. It won't work against them. So I think Gabriel Jesus will be playing in that position. So that is my lineup. That is a decent lineup from us. It's a pretty good lineup as well, and it's been a lineup that's worked for us. So why not use it? Let's predict Tottenham Hotspur's lineup for this game. Now, obviously, in net for them is going to be Hugo Lloris, their captain. Now, I think Spurs are going to play with the back five. I think Davies is going to play as a wing back. Sanchez, Dyer, and Alderweireld at the back three. Doherty as the right wing back. I think Jose will play a back five against us because at the moment they have been struggling defensively, and I think Jose will have an extra man in defence to help them out. Now, in midfield, I think it'll be Højbjerg, a player who's done really well for them this season, and Musa Sissoko. Sissoko, a player who could defend and who could also go forward as well. And I think above them will be Ndombele. Ndombele did create a few issues for us in the reverse fixture. Hopefully we can keep him out of this game. And Heung-min Son and Harry Kane, two players who do really well against us, so we will have to watch out for them. Our defense will need to watch out for them and defend very well against them, because they are two tricky players and they do really well against us for some reason. Let's look at my prediction. It's going to be a very tight game. Spurs' style of football is very hard to break down, and Jose really knows how to set up against a Pep Guardiola team, defending deep and counter-attacking. But I think Pep needs to adapt. We've done well defensively. We've done well going forward. I think it's time for Pep not to give the game away to Jose. I think it's time where we will have to beat Jose. But I think Manchester City could just about edge it, and I think we'll edge it 1-0. I just see us scoring a goal because they have been poor defensively, and I think we'll score one. Look, I wouldn't mind a draw, but I think we can win this game. We'll just have to see what happens, I guess. But guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do comment down below your predicted lineup. Do comment down below your prediction, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.